You know that moment when you make a almost obscenely comical argument parody the absurdity of, say, a feminist position, like I don't know, rescuing a princess promotes misogyny, then how is it that you think the exact same game doesn't promote, I don't know, say, violence against turtles? So, really, Anita, where is your demonstration that the generation that enjoyed getting this Italian plumber to rescue this princess from a giant turtle monster are any more likely to be sexist? Exactly. These games are about as likely to make you sexist as they are likely to make you think that violence against turtles is acceptable. And this is why the fundamental premise of your entire video series is bullshit. And it will remain to be bullshit until you can actually demonstrate a link. This is what happens when your idea of well-researched is to merely go and look for patterns that support your initial prejudices. Well, this is one of those moments when you just can't make fun of it anymore because it's that stupid. This is Jonathan McIntosh weeping tears for the Pokemon who fight in a computer game. And he says, "I've spent the past 2 days collecting and evolving cute creatures in Pokemon Go, but the goal is to fight with them. That's disturbing. Wondering why I haven't heard more critiques of Pokemon that mention its similarities to the blood sport of dogfighting. Too many similarities with dogfighting." Yes, he's comparing Pokemon to dogfighting. That is, he is comparing non-existent, fictional creatures designed to sell toys to little kids.
You love Chimpokemon?
Yes.
Well, now you can buy your very own. I've got to buy Chimpokemon. I've got to buy it. I've got to buy it.
And he's comparing that to actual dogfighting in reality. Yeah, this is so stupid you can't even parody it, because it's exactly the dumbass argument that you would use to parody how stupid this argument is. And curiously, he seems to have this blind spot about how most popular games are murder simulators.
Typically, the school shooters train literally on video games to do this. Murder simulation games. Murder simulation games. Michael Carneal, age 14, trained on the game Doom. Michael Carneal, age 14, trained on the game Doom.
In which more than the entire world's population has been bloodily slaughtered. Yeah, John, I guess we can expect to see a surge in the murder rate, just like we can expect to see a surge in dogfighting from children who have played Pokemon. But sure, whatever, John. Pokemon encourages dogfighting. Oh yeah, and I forgot, it also encourages kids to practice witchcraft.
Pokemon, plural, are incredible creatures that share the world with humans. Each has its own fighting abilities.
Furry cat, donkey trunk, penguin, shoe, lamb toy. Collect them all and you can become Royal Crown Chimpoko Master.
So Pokemon is a game that teaches children how to enter into the world of witchcraft, how to cast spells, how to use psychic phenomena.
Producers!
What's going on in there?
Nothing.
How to put to work supernatural powers against their enemies, how to fantasy role play. Pokemon World is a world of the demonic, of the satanic.
You can buy your very own. I've got to buy Chimpokemon.
But while you might not take it quite seriously, I assure you that demons take it quite seriously.
But Johnny's adamant that crying over the monstrosity of fictional sprites fighting is not a sign that feminism has eroded his grip on reality. No, it's all the fault of those dude pros. And here come the flood of dudes questioning my manhood for saying that. Popular media that glorifies fighting feeds this toxic mentality. And FYI, if your reply to me includes a variation on "don't be so sensitive," stop and reconsider your value system. Sensitivity isn't negative. Well, maybe that's why he's making a video series about how it's okay for men to cry about absolutely everything.
That show's really weird. Who wants to watch a cartoon about people crying? I do.
Tears of mourning, tears of betrayal, tears of relief, tears of confusion, tears of regret, Because tears are so common and so varied, crying is just accepted as a normal response to all kinds of situations.
Because that's what all girls crave for, is men who cry when they feel uncertain. Men who cry when they feel scared. Men who cry when they ask a girl out.
I'm sorry, that's never happened to me before.
Which part? The 8 seconds of sex or the 40 minutes of crying?
I guess both.
Men who cry when their Pokemon gets a boo-boo. Or men who cry at the sexism of when a man holds a door open for a woman. Or men who cry at the sexism when a man doesn't hold the door open for a woman. Men who cry because they're such a failure. Or men who cry when they mess up a coffee order. Or men who cry for the dead turtles in Mario. Because deep down, John, isn't it every girl's dream that when something threatens her safety, to know that there will be a jello man next to her who can be relied on for nothing but to cry pathetic, useless tears and leave her to face all danger alone? After all, to stand up and face the danger.
Captain, the Shuttle 37 is my wife on board.
Yes, sir, she is.
I need you to go now. Do you hear me?
We're waiting on you, sir.
No, just go. Take off immediately. That's an order.
Yes, sir.
Using your safety as a shield for hers.
The shuttle's leaving. Where are you?
Sweetheart, listen to me. I'm not gonna be there.
No.
This is the only way you'll survive.
Are you still on the ship?
Would be simply turning her into a damsel in distress, you know, a ball in the game of patriarchy.
I've heard it said that in the game of patriarchy, women are not the opposing team, they are the ball.
Which, as your videos have so wonderfully informed us.
Over the past 3 years, I've had the honor of working as producer and co-writer on the first season of Feminist Frequency's influential web series, Tropes vs. Women in Video Games.
Which, as your videos have so wonderfully informed us, is just a sexist trope depriving women of their agency and turning them into mere objects. Oh, and bitch, this is not research.
Yeah, I just promised to watch both the Star Wars prequels and The Big Bang Theory. That's gotta be worth some support right there.
This is having an opinion about some bloody stupid cartoon. This is research.
Well, it's not a perfect setup, but God is it close. So in the background there you've got this guy, he's doing a scan, he's doing 10 millisecond scans and he's doing averaging 5 of them. So I've got 50 milliseconds per scan, that's about 20 scans per second. Just a block needle, so there's the blue at the beginning. So you actually see the spike for the sodium vapor, that's the guy at the end. Perfect. Perfect.
So that's just a spectrometer looking at sodium-potassium alloy reacting with water.
Perfect. Blow on the end. That's everything. I can see it. I can see it. And I can see the blow on the bottom. Okay. What?
So there are several interesting things here. Firstly, this work has just been accepted in one of the world's top chemistry journals. And yet when it comes out in print, I'll be making a video about it. And secondly, all of the kit that you see here was actually bought using Patreon supported dollars. The spectrometer, the glass blanket, the lights, the argon, the high-speed camera. And yeah, that's acknowledged in the paper. And for those who want a challenge, this is just sodium-potassium alloy reacting with water under an argon atmosphere. What's going on?